We're at the busiest, busiest DMV center in the state of Wisconsin on the busiest day, and you can see people are moving through quickly. It's actually extraordinary for me to be here today, to not only to think about the work that they do around driver's licenses, but also essentially they're in the ID business now, making sure that people's identity is safe and make sure that their identity can be used for all sorts of different services. So if you think about the role of DMV, it has been made much more complex, and their importance is around actually getting people's IDs so that they're verifiable, they're secure, and can be used for multiple things. So it's very great. People were extraordinarily happy with the services they received in a very busy place. We also talked about the fact that I've authorized, asked the DOT to take a look at, since they're in the ID business, and how they can possibly expand their services as it relates to issues about voting and voter ID. And they're taking that seriously, and they're going to take a look at how that works here and across the state of Wisconsin. Also here just briefly to talk about the fact that we're still working hard to make sure that our Department of Transportation is adequately funded, and making sure that we're actually filling the potholes across the state of Wisconsin, in addition to having great mass transit and good roads in the state. So it's an important visit, and really pleased with the level of competence of the people that work here. So with that, I'll be glad to answer any questions anybody might have on any issue.
Governor, do you anticipate taking any other action in reaction to the court ruling last week?
We're looking at what other actions we can take, but that's all. We're still in the process of thinking through that. Don't anticipate anything today, but clearly we decided it was important to vacate those positions that were past, those 82 positions, and we're looking to refill them as quickly as possible. I know some of them, they're parts of committees that, even though they're not paid positions, are important positions to the work of the state, so we're trying to refill those as quickly as possible.
So you intend to refill those before the court ruling goes all the way through?
Well, we're going to fill them as soon as we can. I'm not sure the timeline on that, but some of these positions might be refilled by the people that were already in them. That's the point. Essentially, they became vacant, and some of them, many of them, are nonpartisan in nature. It's around issues of specific professions and setting professional standards for different organizations. So we're going to be filling them as quickly as possible, and some of them will be filled with people that already were in those positions.
Do you think that'll be this week, or do you have any kind of rough timeline for?
I'm hopeful in the very near future, because some of these committees are meeting now, and so we're kind of prioritizing them depending on where they are in their deliberations.
Do you anticipate replacing the WEDIC CEO?
We have no initial plans to do so, but at the end of the day, I continue to hope that we can have more transparent and accountable WEDIC, but at this point in time, we don't expect to have any changes other than possible board members that might be leaving or coming, that sort of thing.
Do you want to act before the appeals court rules on the Republican motion to stay that order?
Well, if that happens, that could happen at any time. So we're basically moving forward to make sure that these 82 positions are filled, and many of them with the present incumbents. If there is a stay, that could come as soon as tomorrow. So I'm not sure that we can necessarily beat that. But at the end of the day, that stay, I don't believe, is going to impact our efforts to fill those positions either. But we're not going to delay it. We're going to do it as quickly as possible.
Time for 2 more questions if you have.
Right to work and the Bucks Arena were passed in extraordinary session. Do you think that those laws should be invalidated?
Well, the lawsuit that I'm involved in deals specifically what happened last December, and so I don't anticipate invalidating those, because that's not part of the lawsuit.
Do you expect to go to any of the court hearings or, testify to the judge?
We have people that can do a much better job than I can do in court doing that work. They let me know how successful we are. I think it was a good win for the people of Wisconsin. I think that's the most important thing to understand is that the lame duck, and I haven't changed my mind on this. When I was going through it, I thought it was a stretch beyond a belief that the Republicans were trying to kind of undo the last election, and so I was happy with the results of this first lawsuit. I think we're going to be successful in the one that's going to be argued today also.
Thanks, everyone.
Thanks. Have a good day. Thank you.